be alright. I know, baby, I can't get enough. Give me more that sexy love. Come on, baby, I can't get enough. Give me more sexy love. Come on, baby, I can't get enough. Give me more your sexy love. Yeah, man. I love freestyle music. It always puts me in a great mood. Whenever I'm feeling a little mad, a little angry, or whatever, I just put on a little freestyle music, and it takes me right back to the '80s. Yeah. So before we get started tonight, I'm working on a new rig tonight. I got this microphone. Testing 1 2 1 2. I've had for a while, but I haven't hooked it up. But my buddy came over and he hooked it up, and we're actually shooting this video on the computer. We're gonna try it out. I usually, for those that know, I usually just put my iPhone on, hit record, and just go. No edits, no nothing. I'm just like the one take wonder. So yeah, tonight I'm shooting it on the computer with this new microphone. So let me know in the comments below whether you think the audio is better or worse, whether you think the video is better or worse. Let me know, and we'll go from there. All right, so all that crap aside, it's Sunday night, and we own Sunday night wherever you are. You know, if you're a watch lover, if you're in the watch space, if you watch YouTube videos, if you have any success at all in your life, you know that on Sunday night, you're right here with the dragon, the last dragon of the watch community. Profit, Rolex, and Real Estate Channel. This is the only place to be on Sunday night. We own Sunday night. You are in the Matrix with the last dragon. All right. So let's go. Now, the thing about this channel is I'm always going to give you true life experience. Guys that been here, been with me forever, know that, you know, everything here is the truth. It's not some made up crap, you know, foolishness. These other watch, you know, YouTube channels, you know, or some stock photos or some imaginary scripted foolishness. This here, I'm going to give you my real Rolex stories, or Rolex stories from friends of mine, from the people that lived them. You're going to get the real stories from the people that live them. All right, so we're going to get into a nice video. Grab yourself something nice to sip on. Let's get into it. This is what I'm back on. This is actually, I have to say, it's probably my favorite. So let's get back into it. All right, so about a year ago, well, not a year ago, maybe about 8 months ago, but last year, I had some business in Queens. So I really don't do business in Queens, but I had something I was working on in Queens. So I was there about a month and a half. So like a lot of people out there, a lot of, you know, watch lovers out there, you know, wherever we are, whatever state we're in, wherever city we're in, we will find out where's the AD of, you know, of wherever we are. So I'm in New York City. I deal with two particular ADs. I deal with one lady and one guy AD, and both of them are not in Queens. So I'm not going to mention this guy's name or his business's name to protect the guilty. Actually, I'm not going to mention his name to protect the guilty, but I am going to tell you the story, and I'm going to say it was an AD in Queens, New York. If you know, you know. All right, so earlier this year, Rolex announces their new watches, right? So we get new landlord watches, we get the new landlord Kermit, we get the landlord Blueberry, We get the standard landlord, black dial, black bezel, 41 millimeters, wider bracelet, better movement and just like that. So everybody's all excited. And we also get the Oyster Perpetual, the Oyster Perpetual 41s. And it is at a very affordable price point. Relatively speaking, affordable price point. It's $5,900. People, $5,900 is a lot of money for a watch, but relatively speaking, if you're in the watch space, you know that $5,900 for a brand new steel sports Rolex is very inexpensive. So relatively speaking, it's at a very low price point. And once I heard that the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 41 was out, and they got like an array of different colors, right? A slew of different colors. I was cheering. I was like, hooray! I mean, it really at this price point, you're getting a steel sports Rolex, Oyster case, Oyster bracelet. I mean, a whole lot of different colors at $5,900. I mean, it was fantastic. I mean, it's your wife's watch. It's the watch you give your son for graduating college. It's your wife you give. It's the watch you give your daughter for a wedding gift. You give your son-in-law a wedding gift. You give your son's first beautiful Rolex watch. I mean, he's get his first job. I mean, it's just a fantastic entry level. It gets you in the game. It gets you in the Rolex space for $5,900. So, I was up in the air when I heard that Rolex released the Oyster Perpetual 41 for $5,900, right? So, yeah. So, all right. So back to my story. So, I was going to Queens about a year ago, less than a year ago. I was doing some business in Queens. So I found out where the AD is. Again, he's gonna remain nameless to protect the guilty. So I found out where the AD is. So, when I have some downtime, I go in there. I go in every day. I introduce myself. And this is actually a pretty big AD. He has like a space in the front here, which is like all new watches. Then he has a whole nother side where he does like used watches and other brands or whatever, off brands. So yeah, I go in, I introduce myself, I make friends with the guy. He's like, oh yeah, I go to Florida, but we have a few things in common. He has a place in Florida, he goes down to Florida, this and that. So we connect, and we become buds. We become friends. I tell him about my affinity for Rolex. He loves Rolex. He says that's his favorite brand, this and that. So we talk about Florida. We talk about smoking cigar, so we connect on a whole lot of different levels. So we become buds. So I go in there every day for about a month and a half. Well, not every day, 6 days a week I'm there. So 6 days a week I go in there every day. So, we build some rapport, we get a connection going. So I don't buy anything because he doesn't have anything that I'm looking for. And remember, this is not my AD. I've never bought anything there before, but we just form a connection. We form a bond because I go in there every day and we talk, and we have a lot of the same hobbies. We do a lot of the same things. So yeah, all right. So we exchange phone numbers. He gives me his personal cell. I give him my personal cell. And if you know me, you know that I don't give my personal cell phone out to clients or associates, whatever. You have to be my friend for you to get my personal cell phone number. So I consider this guy a friend. So I give my cell phone number, right? So okay. About 6 months go by. I'm no longer in Queens. I'm finished my business there. Back in New York. I get a call. I don't recognize the number, so I don't pick up. I say, I'll leave a message. I'm doing something, whatever. I'll call them back. So they leave a message. I pick up the phone. I listen to the message. And it said, Prophet, this is, I got some new watches in. Come take a look. I'm sure you're going to love it. So I hit a message, right? You clicks on your phone, whatever. I hit him at new watch. And this now, 2020 is the year, we got the new Landlord Blueberry. We got the Kermit. We got the new Black Dot. There's a lot of new Landlord watches going on. And, we also got the Oyster Perpetuals 41. So I'm like real excited. I'm like, wow, I finally got my call. Now this is my call. This is my phone call. I wasn't thinking about getting a new watch, but you're calling me, telling me, I got this, I got that for you. Let me call back and let me see what's happening, right? So, I give him a call back. Hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Prophet? Yeah, I just called you. Yeah, I'm calling you back. What do you got? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I just got a shipment in. I'm unloading it. Come tomorrow morning, and you're gonna be very happy with what I got, and you got first dibs. Really? Yeah. Okay. Boom. All right. Boom. 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 Click. Boom. So this was the night before I get there. So next day in the morning, I get up, get dressed, whatever, take a shower. Instead of going to the office, I call him. Yeah, I'm here. Come on over. So I shoot straight to his AD, right? Boom. I get there. Now, again, this is Queens, New York City. Queens, New York. I'm not going to mention the name, but this is Queens, New York. It's a big AD. Actually, it's got Rolex new pieces on this side and like a separate whole side of the store. He's got like used pieces and like other brands, right? So I walk in on the new side. It's him and I by ourselves, and on the other side there's other associates or whatever, and they're doing their thing or whatever. They're setting up for the day or whatever. This was pretty early in the morning. They were just opening up. So I go in, hey, what's up, probably? Yeah, what's up? Yeah, how's Florida? This and that. Yeah, how you doing? There's fishing going on. He's a fisher. Going on. How'd your cigar smoking and coming out? Boom, boom. So we get the chitty chat out of the way, and he goes, okay, I'm gonna bring out what I have, and I'm like, what do you have? What do you have? What do you have? I'm excited. I'm thinking, okay, he's got the Landlord Blueberry. My boy Bud just got the Landlord Blueberry, and he's like in love with it. So I'm like, man, if he brings it out, I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of money, but let me look at it. Let me put it on. Oh no, let me see. So I'm figuring he's, So he goes in the back. And I see him walking back with a tray. I mean, those that don't know, what happens is when you at your Rolex AD, they bring out this tray. It's got like it's like wood around it or plastic or whatever, and it's got like suede in it. And they'll bring the watch. They bring the watch or watches out on this tray to you, right? So he brings out this tray, and what I can see, it's more than one watch, and it's steel watches. So I'm like, okay, it looks like steel. Could be white gold. I don't know. So it comes over, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, all right. As soon as I see him, it's four watches, and I recognize them right away. There's no Landlord watches there. They're the Oyster Perpetual 41s. All right, Oyster Perpetual 41s. And they're like in different colors. There was a... now, I don't know what the official name for them is, but I'm going to say the colors that I think there are. There was like a Tiffany blue one. There was a... to me, it looked orange. He said it was red, some kind of red, coral red or something. But to me, it looked orange. And I personally don't like things that are orange. But, he said it was red. So there was like a Tiffany blue one. There was this red one. There was a yellow one, like a bright yellow one. And there was a green one, like a dark green one, which in my opinion was the coolest. But anyway, so he had 4 Oyster Perpetual 41s. on the tray. And I'm like, okay, I'm looking at him. I'm like, all right, yeah. And he goes, yeah, Prophet, yeah. So these are the new Oyster Perpetual 41s. I'm like, yeah, okay, In my mind, I'm thinking, yeah, I know what they are. And he goes, yeah, a lot of people are calling me for these watches. A lot of people, are supposedly on the list, but a lot of people are after this watch, and I'm calling you for these watches. And you can buy one of them, or you can buy all four. And he's got like this smirk on his face, right? And he's got like this head nod. And I'm like looking at these watches, and while he says that, like I look up and like, I don't know how to explain like a vibe. Like, I don't, but here's the thing. Like, if you're a business person or you're in sales or you've been in business for years or whatever, you learn how to read people, not only from their body language, but things they say, which has maybe a different meaning or whatever. You might catch something. And so when he said that, when he told me you can buy one or you can buy all four, he didn't say it, but what that told me was you can flip these watches. Now, hear me out. For the uninitiated, right? For the people that don't know business, don't know how to read between the lines and whatever. When he said a lot of people are after these watches, people are calling me all day for these watches, you can buy all four. What he was telling me was buy all four of these watches, leave here and go flip them. I don't care what you do, just don't tell me about them. Right? That's what he was telling me. Now you figure 4 watches, $5,900, $25,000, $24,000 plus tax or whatever. You can get $10,000 a week each for these watches. You can make a nice profit. But what are you talking? What are you talking about? So when he said that, and I'm looking down at the watches, and after he said that, and I looked up at his face and his stupid smirk. That's ridiculous smirk on his face. Once it registered in my mind what he was saying, I mean, I got disgusted. I got disgusted. Let me explain to you what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm a businessman, right? I understand buying something for $5,900 and then maybe selling it for $10,000, is business, right? But it's not my business. I'm not a watch dealer. I'm not a watch salesman. I'm not an AD. I'm not none of this. And for him to tell me you can. He knows I'm not a watch dealer. He knows my business. We spoke in great detail for, a month and a half. He knows I'm not a watch dealer. I'm not a gray market dealer. I'm not none of this. So he's telling me, basically, you can go out and flip these watches. And I'm like, a watch flipper, really? I mean, if you... Here's the thing. When did love for Rolex become this where, you go, you kiss the ass of an AD, you make friends with your local AD and you kiss his ass to get the latest release, the latest Steel Sports release, and you kiss his ass for him to sell you, for him to give you the privilege of allowing you the privilege of buying a new sports Rolex and, you taking it home, not wearing it, you just taking it home and trying to flip it on, Fleabay or whatever. I mean, really, is that where we at? Is this what it's become? I mean, that's not, my love for Rolex didn't come from this. This is what it's become. I mean, I was disgusted, man. I mean, if your whole thing is you endear yourself to an AD and you whatever, you kiss his butt, you whatever, and just so you can get a steel watch, so you can get it at retail and go home and flip it. That's low to me. You scum of the earth. You are the lowest form of life in the watch community. And if it was up to me, I would excommunicate you. If you are a watch flipper, you're removed from the watch space. You shouldn't even be in the space. And as a matter of fact, if you're on this channel and you're a watch flipper, get off. I don't care. Don't watch this channel. This channel is not for you. The watch flippers to me are the lowest form of life in the watch space. A watch flipper is the reason why, you have your retirement and you can't just walk in and buy the Rolex that you want. A watch flipper is the type of scum that the reason why you can't, you got a big milestone birthday in your life, you can't walk in and get a steel sports piece that you've been saving 50 years for. You've been saving 60 years for. You're retired from your job from 30 years and you want to get yourself a nice piece. That watch flipper is the reason why you can't get that piece. So in the watch space, in the watch community, a watch flipper is the lowest form, single cell amoeba that we have in this space. And if it was up to me, I would excommunicate you from the watch community. If you're a watch flipper, I don't want you to watch this channel. This channel is not for you. So when this AD said that to me, offered that to me, I was disgusted, man. I was disgusted. He let me know that not only did he acknowledge that watch flippers exist, that he was on board with it. He was okay with it. Just buy all 4 of these watches, get them out of here. That's not what it's about, man. That's not why I love Rolex. That's not why I grew up loving Rolex watches. And that is not the intention why Rolex launched these Oyster Perpetual 41s at a $5,900 price point. So scumbag can kiss your ass and go make money. That's not it, man. So I'm not going to mention this guy's name because, I don't want to destroy his business, put him out there, but needless to say, I told him, look, man, you got the wrong guy. You got the wrong guy, Ace. I'm not no watch flipper. I'm not here for that. As a matter of fact, do me a favor, lose my number. I would never come in this place again. And I don't care if you think you were doing me a favor. Go F yourself. Don't ever call me again. And yeah, man. You're excommunicated from the watch space. So, I just left there and, I thought I'm going to go home and I'm going to make a video about it because I was disgusted, man. I was disgusted that these ADs are, perpetuating watch flipping, Rolex watch flipping. This, $5,900, how many guys are like, once they heard that there was a $5,900 sports Rolex, Oyster case, Oyster bracelet, was up in the air like, yeah, I can get in. I can, I can get into space. I can pick up a watch. I can, I'm in the game. And, and a guy like this offering them to, offering them to guys, he'll take 4 of them. So I'm pretty sure this guy's walked in there, please, put me down. I heard there's a, $6,000 watch. Please put me down. I would like to get my first watch, and, for him to just skip over those guys, to call a guy that, thinks, oh, some rich guy, oh, hey, you want to come? I got all four, take all four. I'm not the one, man. Maybe there's some guys out there maybe would have bought them. I mean, 25 grand is, is not a lot of money, but I'm not, I'm not that guy, man. I'm not no watch flipper. I'm a guy that loves Rolex watches. I don't make my money from Rolex, so I'm not the one, man. You could just miss me with all that. I'm your host, Richard Prophet. I'm the last dragon of the watch community, and man, if I get that AD outside, I'll show him why they call me the last dragon. I'm your host, Richard Prophet. I'm the last dragon of the watch community, and thanks for watching, man. Thanks for hearing my rant. Do me a favor, comment below and tell me what you think. Tell me if I did the right thing, or I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'm your host, Richard Prophet. Thanks for watching.